What's up everybody, it's Slay Anything, and today I'm doing an easy to follow beginner's guide to Marvel Snap where I'll show you how to play and more importantly, how to win. So if you've been wanting to try Marvel Snap out, this guide will show you how to play in just a snap. So the object of the game is pretty simple. First, you build a 12 card deck from your collection. The game provides you with your first set of cards, not a huge amount, but enough to get you through the tutorial. As you can see here, each card has an energy cost on the top left corner and then a power value on the top right. Enter a match and you'll see 3 hexagonal shapes in the middle of the playing field known as locations. In order to win a match, you simply have to play your cards in these locations over the course of 6 turns and have the highest power total in at least 2 of the 3 locations at the end of the game. It sounds pretty simple, I know, but there are several factors that make winning such a huge challenge. First of all, you only start off with a single energy point at the beginning of a match, which means you can only play a card with 0 or 1 energy cost on turn 1. You continue to gain an additional energy point at the beginning of each turn until the final turn, so generally that means you will have 6 total energy to spend on turn 6. There's no limit to how many cards you can play in a single turn, so assuming you have 6 energy on turn 6, you could play out 1 powerful card that costs 6 energy, or if you want to split that power up between locations, you can play 2 cards that cost 3 energy each. There are just a ton of possibilities here. All of this is super important because you will have to manage your energy while playing out enough threats to win, so you need to be strategic with how and when you play your cards. Playing a match. So you start with 3 cards in your hand and draw an additional card at the beginning of each turn. In order to play a card, simply drag it from your hand to one of the 3 locations. You can play a maximum of 4 cards at each location, so it's important to manage which locations you want to play your available cards at. Since you and your opponents are playing each turn simultaneously, each card you play stays face down at its location until you and your opponent end the turn. This is especially challenging because you don't get to see what your opponent is playing until after you end your turn. That means you'll need to be strategic and even anticipate your opponent's moves at times. Once you both hit the end turn button, your cards are revealed. One important thing to note is that the player who has priority will have their cards revealed first, which could have a drastic impact on your plans because some cards have game-changing abilities. I'll go further into card abilities in just a moment, but let's talk about priority first. So priority is assigned to a random player at the beginning of each match. Then, if you have the most total power at the same or more locations, you gain priority at the beginning of the turn. If you and your opponent are tied, the last person with priority retains priority. Why is priority so important? Because while you and your opponent are playing cards simultaneously, the player with priority gets to reveal their cards first. That means if you have priority, any effects that occur from revealing a card happen before the opponent's cards are revealed, and effect priority can really swing the tide of a battle. As a really quick example, we have this card Cosmo, which has an ongoing ability that says on reveal abilities won't happen at this location. So if you have priority and you play Cosmo at a spot where your opponent has an on reveal card, Cosmo flips first and its ongoing ability stops your opponent's card from activating an on reveal ability. And trust me, it super sucks when you have a really cool on reveal ability and then Cosmo's on the other side because basically it just nullifies your entire game plan. And one last thing, if you lose track of who has priority, just check out which player has a glow around their name. So a little bit more about Marvel Snap cards. Each Marvel Snap card has an energy cost and a power level, as we mentioned earlier. Energy is, well, exactly that. It's the amount of energy it costs to play a card. Power is simply how much power it adds to the location you play the card at. As I mentioned, however, there are some cards with game-changing abilities. These abilities are numerous, ranging from giving more power to your other cards to changing the locations themselves. And that's why deck composition is so crucial in Marvel Snap. You need to have cards that are not only powerful, but synergize well together. Now, 2 common card abilities include ongoing and on reveal. Cards with ongoing abilities have effects that remain active for as long as that card remains on the battlefield. For example here, Khazar is a card with an ongoing ability that says your 1 cost cards have +1 power. So if you have a lot of 1 energy cost cards, this effect gives them all a power boost while he is in play. Now, on reveal is a pretty straightforward ability. It just means that when the card's flipped over and revealed, the on reveal power takes place. So with a card like this White Tiger, you get to flip over White Tiger and then add a 7 power Tiger to another location. So overall, there are a ton of cards and abilities in the game, and building and playing a synergistic deck based around these and other abilities is what makes a deck super successful. Building your deck. So when you begin, you're given a starter deck to learn how to play and navigate the tutorial with. You can also unlock a ton more cards as you play more and upgrade your existing cards. I'll go more into how to unlock new cards in just a moment. So your deck consists of only 12 total cards, so it's a good idea to consider the cost of your cards carefully when building a deck. Basically, since your energy increases incrementally each turn, you don't want to gum up your deck with cards that are too expensive to cast early on. And on the flip side, you don't want to play a large amount of weak cards that are inexpensive. It's good to have a balance of cards that you can play early to middle of a match, as well as some powerful late game cards. Now, as a very general deck building rule, you might want to have more 1 to 4 energy cards for the early to mid game, and then a few 5 to 6 energy cost cards to close out the games. It is, however, worth noting that there are some really cool cards with really cool abilities that don't require you to have a traditional deck curve. For instance, some cards have effects that can give you more energy or summon a card directly from your deck to the battlefield, which means you can potentially play more expensive cards early on in the game. The downside, however, is that if you don't draw those cards, you could be stuck with a clunky hand of high energy cost cards. Locations. So there are 3 random locations generated at the beginning of each match. These locations are revealed one at a time from left to right over the course of the first 3 turns. Locations are incredibly important as they have unique and potentially game-altering effects. For example, some locations can give your cards additional power, some can remove power from your cards, and some locations can even prevent either player from playing cards at a given location, which could really kibosh your plans and or your ability to win. Because each location is so unique, every match of Marvel Snap can be wildly different. In addition, Marvel Snap periodically releases a new featured or hot location, meaning you have a higher chance to play matches in these locations. This is a great time to build decks that take advantage of those locations, as it can help you win matches a little more consistently. Overall, having varying locations each match is another element that keeps things fresh and exciting, and it can be fun and challenging trying to adapt your game plan to whatever locations are available. So now that you've got an idea of how to play, let's explore snapping. So in order to rank up in Marvel Snap, you must earn Cosmic Cubes, and you earn those by winning matches. You begin each match with 1 Cosmic Cube, which serves as a wager, kind of like how blinds function in poker. But you also have the chance to earn even more cubes by clicking on the Cosmic Cube up top during a match. This is called snapping. By doing this, you are essentially doubling up on the cubes you earn if you win. Not only that, cubes automatically double once more at the end of the game. So for example, if neither player snaps, your automatic wager of 1 cube remains and doubles at the end of the game, netting you 2 Cosmic Cubes if you win. Now, if your opponent also snaps, then there are now 4 cubes at stake. That means at the end of the game, it doubles to 8, meaning the winner will win 8 total Cosmic Cubes. So basically, if you feel confident that you can outplay your opponent and win the match, snapping is a great way to build your rank. Now, on the flip side of snapping is the retreat mechanic. If you feel like you probably can't win a match, retreating allows you to leave a match before you lose double your Cosmic Cube wager. The reason this is so important is because the game is filled with so much variance between the wide range of decks and locations randomly generated in each match, and retreating allows you to keep some of your cubes so you don't have to watch your rank just plummet like my investment in cryptocurrency. Overall, sometimes it's better to retreat than stick it out if you have no avenue for winning, because losing up to 8 cubes hurts and it can be kind of demoralizing. That being said, part of being successful in Marvel Snap is knowing when to snap and when to retreat effectively. So it's good to practice and get a feel of how it works. In addition, it's super important to learn about the other decks in the meta. That way you can anticipate potential plays your opponent might make that could prevent you from winning. One more thing to mention is if you click right here, you'll see that there is a ranked ladder. The ranked ladder in Marvel Snap consists of 100 levels, and you can reach infinite rank at level 100. Climbing a single level requires you to gain 10 Cosmic Cubes. So each of these little dots is 10 Cosmic Cubes. And that's why effective snapping is so important if you want to rank up in Marvel Snap. How to unlock new cards. So aside from the cards that you begin with, new cards are acquired by upgrading your existing cards, which increases your collection level. Your collection level can be found on the home screen by clicking on the green icon with the number, and this is your current collection level. So the way you upgrade your cards is with credits and card boosters. So credits can be earned by completing daily missions. All you have to do is click here and you can see a list of your potential missions for the day. Boosters, however, are earned at the end of each match. The number in the green box shows you how many boosters you have for a particular card. So boosters are unique to each individual card, and a character will receive boosters after each game. Now, which card gets the boosters is kind of random, but after an update on November 3rd, I believe that cards with less than 20 boosters are now prioritized. So when you earn enough booster cards for a specific card, you're able to upgrade that card, changing its cosmetic appearance. I'll show you right here. You click here. Now Black Widow has this really cool green border. So as your collection level increases, it's really cool because you can unlock new random cards from either a collector's cash box on the collection level screen, or once you get to a certain collection level, you'll start opening collector's reserve boxes. Collector's cash and collector's reserve boxes contain mystery cards and currency. I think the collector's reserve just have a little bit rarer and more unique cards and or loot. So as your collection level increases, you can unlock new random cards from whichever pool you are currently in. So for example, if you are at collection level 18 to 214, you are considered pool 1, which means that you will only be unlocking pool 1 cards. Once you get to collection level 222, you'll start unlocking pool 2 cards, which become significantly more powerful. The reason these cards are separated into pools is that everyone collects cards randomly, which gives a ton of variance on how you build your decks and how you play your matches. Another reason the cards are separated into pools is because it prevents players from getting super powerful OP cards early on, because that would make games super uneven if you're being matched up with people with similar collection levels as you. As a quick reference, here is how the pools are currently separated in Marvel Snap. So at the time of recording this video, there are currently 5 pools, with pool 4 and 5 cards being extremely rare right now. Now, before I wrap up, I wanted to quickly mention the shop, which you can access by clicking on these gold bars here at the bottom. The shop in Marvel Snap offers a variety of loot you can purchase with both in-game currency and IRL money. At the very top, you'll see Marvel Snap bundles, which offer you a variety of items that you can purchase together for a discounted price technically. These bundles include things like credits, card variants, avatars, collector's tokens, boosters, and even more. Below that are daily offers, which feature variants of cards in your collection that you can purchase in exchange for gold. Even cooler, there's this new token shop where you can purchase specific cards in exchange for collector's tokens. Only one random card is available in the store at a time, and it rotates out every 8 hours, meaning you'll get a chance to buy a few cards you don't currently own, potentially. Below that is the fast upgrades section where you can upgrade cards in exchange for credits, and then down a bit further you can just buy some credits and buy some gold. Anyway, I really hope this guide helps you understand Marvel Snap a little bit more and maybe gets you a little hyped to play. Whether you're an experienced card game enthusiast or you've never played a card game ever, Marvel Snap has something to offer for every player. I've been super excited about this game ever since it came out on PC, and I've been having a blast winning, losing, and playing as my favorite childhood Marvel heroes and villains. Even cooler, it seems like there's a lot of love put into this game, so I'm excited to see how much it grows moving forward. Anyway, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out my Marvel Snap guide. If you enjoyed it or got any kind of value from it, please feel free to give your boy a chop on the likes and subscribes. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Jubilee.
Yeah.
You project pyrotechnic energy plasmoids, like little fireworks.
Yeah,
You're fired.
Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to smash that like button below, and to help you stay up to date with my upcoming videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks again, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Slayers.